kind of testify to my experience with Orion.
Okay.
And I think it's been 6 years we've been with you now.
Yeah, it has.
And prior to using the product, we always used a fuel additive because we were aware of we had to add lubricities.
That's right.
And we wanted to protect it from winter freezing. And so we weren't opposed to trying the product. And you and your company volunteered to pick 4 trucks of my choice and get the product in the door and for us to try it. Well, you went through the EPA test, you did the stack test, and that was the document. So it's easier to sell it to the owners and the operators of the business this way when you can document something, and you guys realize that.
Right.
And so we documented it by doing the EPA test on the exhaust.
Right.
And we used 4 units and improved all of them. From 14%, I think the lowest was a 7% improvement.
Right.
And I noticed it right away just from looking at the exhaust.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, I did pick trucks that we were having troubles with. Of course, you would suspect that.
Right.
And one of the trucks that we were having troubles with, well, all of them did, we run a fleet of Macs. And I don't know if it's specific to Mac, but they have this hesitation between 800 and 1200 RPM. There's this flat spot, and it's a hesitation, and the drivers notice it, and coincidentally, it always produces a lot of black smoke.
Right.
And it took care of that flat spot. The engine performed better. The driver recognized it right away. And you know, some drivers, we ran out of the product because we weren't treating the fuel tank at the time, and the driver failed to put it in. And when it was showing on the positive side, it wasn't as noticeable. But as soon as the truck didn't get treated, boy, did he recognize that.
Yeah.
He really recognized that flat spot, and that's the first question I asked him. I said, "Did you put your fuel treatment in?" "Oh no, I missed that." "Ah, there's your problem." And you know, that's just confirms it with me all more also.
Right.
That the driver really come to me and ask me about it. We have a problem. Well, we missed the fuel treatment.
Yes.
And outside, after you did your test and sold the office on it, on the percentage, and I saw the cleanup on the exhaust. The concrete trucks have an overhead tank, and then coincidentally they're white. Well, the overhead water tank was all full of black smoke, and we cleared that up. The side of our trucks aren't, those white paint jobs aren't all full of black smoke now.
Right.
And when I know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a chemist. I don't know what's going on in there, but when you clean up the exhaust and the black smoke is out of the exhaust, I know it's being converted to horsepower, and it's got to be, because we can't separate, we can't document the fuel mileage on our trucks. There's too many variables.
Right.
They're sitting and idling. They do a lot of idling. The trips to and from the job are relatively short, so it's not fair to try to analyze that, because the truck is actually only at operating temperature for a very short period of time, and the rest of it, it's working up to operating temperature, and the truck don't run efficient until it's at operating temperature.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to look at anything else, but we do see it in the exhaust and in the engine, the smoothness of the engine.
Right.
And prior to it, I was like a dog chasing his tail, trying to get these engines to run better, spending a lot of time and a lot of expense on fuel systems.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it didn't take care of the problem anyhow. We were changing injection timing, adjusting valves, tweaking the injection timing, trying to go back and forth, trying to make these engines run better. And just coincidentally, you walked in the door about the time we were having the problems, and it took care of the problems. And I'm sold on it.
Right, right.
Yeah, product's done a wonderful job.
So it saved you a lot of time. I think you said, correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys used to do valve jobs all the time, and you.
Adjustments,
Okay.
valve adjustments, and we're
Okay.
doing this injection timings, trying to make these engines perform better.
Right.
And I don't do anything anymore. I haven't spent any time on fuel systems,
Okay.
none. Because
Right.
I'm not the kind of guy that likes to tinker with things. If there's a problem, then we'll have to go there.
Right.
I don't tinker with fuel systems until we have a problem.
Okay.
So now I'm not doing anything. I'm being more productive in other areas of my job.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Carmen, I appreciate it. We appreciate you using the product, and we're so glad it's working for you that well. We really are. So.
Well, the pleasure's all mine. It saved me a lot of time.
Good.
I could actually take my breaks now.